Feel my snot.
My God, it's the A minor
What's up,
podcast.
gamers? Oh, yes, it is. And we are
For
back after, like, what, 3 weeks? Something like that? 4 weeks?
2 weeks, 4 weeks, Monday, Thursday, whatever. It doesn't matter. Yep, it's us. It's me,
Mm-hmm.
Ellie, the host of the A minors podcast, here with my assistant,
No, no,
Zachariah.
no, no, no,
And
no,
today we're
no.
going to be talking about some pretty epic stuff. Right, Zach?
Oh, yes, we always talk about epic stuff, but today's going to be especially epic. You know why? Because why
Why?
not?
Oh, wow. I think today we're going to talk about the ending of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So I guess spoilers ahead.
Yes.
Spoiler warning. So if you
Spoilers
don't
for the
want an
entire series of Falcon and Winter Soldier.
entire series and pretty much anything else in the MCU,
Mm-hmm. As of
includes
April
WandaVision.
25th, 2021.
So yeah, sit back and relax, grab your favorite snack, and listen to your two favorite A minors talk about TV shows.
Mm-hmm. Well, before we get into this, I would just like to point out that someone has copied us, and I want you guys to like just send them hate. No, I'm just kidding. But I was like looking up on YouTube A Minor's podcast, and there's another podcast called the I think it's just A Minor podcast or something like
Yeah,
that.
like A minor
And
podcast.
yeah, they are very minor compared to us because we are the best podcast on the earth. But they friggin' or like they actually didn't say anything. As far as I know, did they ever reply to my comment that I left?
I have no idea. But yeah,
I haven't checked. But
it's just a guy doing a podcast about classical music. It's pretty good.
yeah,
It's pretty cool.
imagine like in classical music, like with
Uh,
the real cool kids like freaking rock
Country.
and
Oh,
rap and country and yeah. Just kidding. I don't listen to rap or country actually, but anyway.
well, give him a listen, but give us more listens. Because we're just kids. We're just trying to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, if you're watching this other A minor podcast, how dare you?
How dare you?
We have a lot of questions. Number one, how dare you?
Dare you? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's just before we get before we get all this attack from his fans, let's just talk about our own stuff, including Falcon and the Winter
Yes.
Soldier. So Zach, what do you think of the entire show altogether?
I thoroughly enjoyed the show as a whole. The ending I thought was it definitely wasn't bad, but I thought it was like pretty predictable.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Same.
and I think overall I liked WandaVision better. However, this was still a very good show.
Mm-hmm.
It was very entertaining.
Yeah. I feel the same. I think I liked the show better than WandaVision, just barely. I think they're both very good. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for the future shows like Loki and Hawkeye and Miss
Yeah.
Marvel and She-Hulk, just all the shows. And I'm hyped. But I think my
Mm-hmm.
biggest problem, again, spoiler warning, is the ending, mainly because of Bucky. Like, he didn't really get as much closure. Like, he got the closure he needed, but I would have liked to see more of that. Like, with the old man, I keep forgetting his name, but like that scene was like
Yeah.
30 seconds, and that was like a
Son.
huge part of Bucky's character.
Yeah.
It's like I really liked the show because it makes like there's characters in the MCU. Like when you think of Tony Stark, you think, okay, he's like a big character of the MCU. He's a big superhero. But then you compare him to like Hawkeye, and it's like, oh, he's just a minor superhero, which I get,
Mm-hmm.
but I like it more when they're like, oh, they're all superheroes. It's not, oh, this is a bigger superhero than this one. And that's what it was doing with Sam and Bucky. But
Yeah.
it only really did that with Sam because Bucky is still, I still see him as kind of a more minor superhero. Just because Sam was, he was pretty much the main character of the show, even though it was both of their show, and I don't know. I wish we got more Bucky, I
Yeah.
guess, in the show. But it makes
Yeah.
sense.
I think I agree.
It makes sense though that Sam, because he's becoming Captain America.
Mhm.
But I don't know, just more Bucky would be nice.
Yeah. I think I agree. Yeah. I knew like it was gonna focus more on Sam just because he's the new Captain America, but
Mm-hmm.
I even with that I still wish there was a little bit more Bucky because I think Bucky's story is really cool because he was Steve's best friend in the 40s, and he
Yeah.
served in World War II, and then he was like everyone thought he was dead, um, and then it turns out he was alive, but then he was like used as a weapon by Hydra,
Yeah.
and then he remembers all of that too. He remembers being brainwashed. He killed Tony's parents, and that was like the big thing in Civil War.
Mhm.
Um, so and then Steve leaves, and then he doesn't end up becoming Captain America. It's uh, Bucky's friend. So I like that whole setup, and I feel like the show didn't deliver on that as much as I was hoping.
Mhm. Yeah. Because Bucky was struggling throughout the whole show just as much as Sam was, if not more.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I don't. He didn't really. He didn't. I think he was definitely happy that Sam was Captain America. Like I don't think he would have. I think he knows he wouldn't be the best Captain America, but he knew Sam would be. So his whole thing was like trying to get Sam on board with being Captain America because that's what Steve wanted.
Yeah.
But maybe if there is a season 2, maybe we'll get more Bucky because there's rumors of Captain America 4, which is awesome, and that's gonna be
Mm-hmm. I
cool.
thought that was that not confirmed?
I have
I
no
thought
idea.
it was.
I can't remember if it is. I think that's
Okay.
gonna be the first time where it's like a sequel to a character, but it's like a different character playing that type.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, wow, so Thor's gonna get a fourth movie, but not Steve or Tony, which is true. Steve and Tony aren't gonna be in. Well, there might be a fourth Iron Man movie. I don't know, but it obviously won't feature Tony unless it was a prequel.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I thought that was kind of weird because like Thor, Captain America, and Iron Man, they're like the big three of the MCU.
Yeah.
When like during the phases 1 through 3, pretty much. So,
Mhm.
they were definitely like they definitely got a lot more attention and they got more movies. They each got a
Yeah.
trilogy.
Mhm.
So I thought they'd just leave it at that, and like I thought Thor would just be in Guardians 3, and then that would be that. But no, they're gonna make it fourth. I'm glad too. I think a fourth Thor movie is gonna be good, but like I
Yeah.
just wasn't expecting it. The same thing with I definitely wasn't expecting a Captain America or Iron Man movie, considering they're both dead.
Yeah.
Well, Captain America I think is dead. They never really confirmed that, but
Yeah. I'm not
that's my
sure.
guess.
He's on the moon. No, but I do hope the future of the MC, because like the entirety of the first 3 phases, like Steve, um, Thor, and Tony were like the biggest 3 characters, and I kind of hoped going on in the MCU, like there's not really like bigger characters and smaller characters. I hope it's like, oh, Spider-Man, oh, Thor, oh wow, Hawkeye. Like,
hmm
I hope they're all like more equal and not just like
Yeah.
but that's just that's something that's one of the biggest things I hope for because it kind of goes in line with like the like fleshing out more like minor characters and
hmm
you're not like oh now I have to watch a Hawkeye movie. He's such a minor
Yeah.
character, or whatever. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I think I agree with that because that was like the first Avengers movie. It was cool seeing like these characters from a few different movies coming together,
Hmm.
but I just thought it could have been like so much more. That's why I liked Infinity War so much because Doctor Strange got his own movie, Spider Man.
Yeah.
Except for like Black Widow, she didn't had her movie at that point. Um, but then it was Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Spider Man, and then there was a Captain Ant Man. He wasn't in. He was in Endgame. But
Mhm.
yeah, like just all that. I that's what I liked about Infinity Wars. Like they all had their own movies, so that's why like it was really cool because you really cared about those characters. Because like when I was
Yeah.
watching the first Avengers movie, I definitely cared about Hawkeye and Black Widow, but I think I would have cared about them more if I'd seen movies starring them beforehand.
Mhm.
And they were both in movies before the Avengers. You know, Hawkeye was briefly in Thor, and Black Widow was a main character in Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
But I think I just would have been a little bit more attached to them because like if they had died in the first Avengers movie, I don't think I would have cared like that much
Yeah. That's fair.
like at that point, like obviously like if they died now, well, I really cared when Black Widow died. And if Hawkeye was to die, I would care because I've seen no more movies. But
Mhm.
since like we'd barely seen them before then, that was kind of
Yeah.
my.
I get.
It
And,
wasn't an issue necessarily. It was just something I would have like wished to see more of them before.
and I kind of wish we had more move. Like I wish we had like a Falcon TV show sometime in the first three phases, just because we
Mm-hmm.
barely saw Sam as Falcon, and then all of a sudden
Yeah.
he's becoming Captain America. Like I wish we could have had more Falcon,
Mm-hmm.
and then we get Captain America. Because I feel like I don't know.
Yeah.
He was Falcon, but he was never really part of the Avengers. Because like during Age of Ultron, he was looking for Bucky, and
Mm-hmm.
oh, he was in Civil War at least. But, I mean, everyone was in Civil War.
Yeah. Right. Um. Yeah, because he's definitely a Captain America character. Same thing with Bucky.
Mhm.
So that like at least in the
Yeah.
movies he is. So yeah, it's yeah, I do wish we got to see a little bit more. Like that's why I'm glad we're getting a Hawkeye show because you know we haven't seen Hawkeye's never really had the spotlight and like Endgame and the Avengers, first Avengers, like those are probably his biggest roles.
Yeah.
And like he was I mean in Civil War like he wasn't they didn't really need him. He just like was there to help Cap. Like he
Yeah.
wasn't a super necessary character.
Hmm.
Um, I'm glad he was there, obviously, but yeah, it was just like he hasn't had much of the spotlight. So I hope this
Yeah.
Hawkeye TV show like will kind of
Flesh him
flesh
out.
him out a little bit
Yeah,
more.
and make him not like an Avengers character, but more of like not a character who only appears in Avengers movies, but he'll become Hawkeye. Because
Mm-hmm.
you just called Falcon like a Captain America character, and like again, like just making characters where they're not like this is an Iron Man character. No, this is War Machine. This is Rhodey.
Yeah, right.
You're looking for this?
Boom, you looking for this? A
Uh,
War Machine story?
yeah, Armor Wars. I'm excited for that too.
Oh yes, I'm very excited for that.
I do hope.
Because I honestly, oh, what were we saying?
I hope "Boom, you're looking for this" is said by someone. Someone. It doesn't have to be
Yeah.
Rhodey. It could be like I don't know, a bad guy saying it to Rhodey and be like, "Boom, you're looking for this," and he's like, "Wow."
Mm-hmm.
If it's someone else saying "Boom, you're looking for this," and like a bunch of people laugh, that would be amazing.
Yes.
But yeah,
Um, yeah. I was gonna say, I wasn't like I definitely didn't dislike Rhodey, but I didn't really like him that much until Infinity War and Endgame. I liked him. He was so funny in Infinity War and Endgame, and like he definitely felt like less of an Iron Man character in those movies. That's why I really liked him, especially in Endgame. He had
Mhm.
like in Civil War, I feel he like he didn't have much of a character except just you know he got paralyzed. Like that was like the only thing that happened to him. Like I didn't care that much about it just because we only really seen with Tony. I think I liked him in Infinity War so much because he wasn't with Tony. He was in Wakanda while Tony was on Titan.
yeah,
So and he like helped Captain America and them because I didn't really like Rhodey's stance in Civil War. I didn't like because I feel like he was um he wasn't doing that, but like it felt almost felt like he was just trying to side with Tony.
mhm,
But it makes sense why he chose what he chose. So that's why I liked him so much in Infinity War because
mhm.
he was kind of doing his own thing, and in Endgame too, he was really funny in Endgame, and
And then he
I
appeared
love
in
Don
Falcon
Cheadle.
and the Winter
So
Soldier.
oh yeah, I forgot about that. He was in the first episode.
Mhm. Yeah, because he's definitely a by the books kind of character. He's kind of like America with an Iron Man suit almost, just because he's like,
Mm-hmm.
because in Civil War,
Iron
the
Patriot.
he chose the yeah he chose that side because it was the right thing to do because he's in the military and he's not gonna disrespect or disobey the military, the government. So
Mhm.
like his whole
Yeah.
thing. So
Yeah.
and also with back to Falcon and Winter Soldier, John Walker was amazing.
Oh yeah, I loved his character. That John Walker fight in
Mhm.
episode 5, I think it was, with
Yeah.
that fight between him, Falcon, Bucky, and John Walker. That was awesome. That was like my favorite
So
action
it was
sequence in
it
that
was
show.
cool, but I also think they were kind of downgrading or downplaying like the strength of Bucky because I feel like Bucky could have taken John
Yeah,
Walker on his own, like not
that's what I thought
easily,
too.
but like
Yeah, like
easy. I don't
it
know.
kind of annoyed me how they both like struggled to, but they were working together and fighting him,
Makes
and they
makes
both were
sense that
struggling.
Sam was struggling because he is a
Yeah,
super
because he doesn't have the
soldier.
serum, and he just has wings. But Bucky has a friggin' metal arm, and he has a serum.
Yeah,
So yeah,
I
and
don't
he's
know,
way more
but
experienced in like that kind of combat.
killing, yeah, but and
Yeah.
'cause I did like how John actually broke his arm. Like they broke a
Oh,
super
jeez, that
soldier's arm.
sound.
Like, I thought that was really cool to show like even though he's super
Yeah.
soldier, he's not invincible. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and also I wasn't always rooting for John, but I rooted for him a lot more than I think most people did, just because
Mm-hmm.
people were biased against him. But I kind of understood why he was doing what he was doing because
Yeah.
he didn't want to be Captain America, but you can't be asked to be Captain America and say no, like in his
Mm-hmm.
opinion. So then when he was asked that, he had to say yes, or he felt like he had to, and then he had to live up to being literally Captain America or Steve Rogers, and like that's kind of a lot to ask for. No, but because I also liked how he was like how he actually got along with Bucky and Sam in the last episode. I thought that was so cool.
Yeah, I thought for sure he was gonna like be the villain, but he wasn't, and I thought he was like always a good person, and like before he got the serum,
Yeah.
um, thought he was a good person. He just wasn't. I don't know. He like just wasn't suited for Captain America. Um, but I would. Yeah, I was always like holding out hope that he would end up like. I didn't want him to be. I would obviously rather have Sam be Captain America, but I was always holding out hope that he'd like turn out to like be on the good side,
Yeah.
and not let it get to his head. And he did, but I feel like he somewhat redeemed himself, because he was helping Sam and Bucky, take the whatever, forget their names, the bad guys down.
Yeah.
Um, and
Plague
he also, yeah, and he also helped save everyone. So
because the whole time he was trying to be Captain America, he was stressed out and he was like just in a horrible state of mind. But once he became
hmm
like once he like painted his that suit and he became the U.S. agent, he was like incredibly happy and like he was actually
yeah,
not be not trying to be someone else, but trying to be himself as a superhero.
yeah,
Mm,
which I think is what he should do. Like you shouldn't try, like he shouldn't have tried to replace Steve Rogers like that.
yeah, and uh, it's gonna be interesting to see him going further, and Sharon Carter going further too.
Jeez, that post credit scene, I was like, what?
There's a lot of rumors about like Green Goblin, like maybe it's Oscorp because like there's like all the tech. It kind of looked like um Green Goblin like tech, like the little orb that was growing glowing green. It had like the same color scheme as like the pumpkin bombs from Spider-Man, like the Tobey Maguire movies, and like I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think it'd be Oscorp, but it'll be someone
Yeah. Well, I mean, those like that post credit scene, that whole post credit scene was like,
insane.
I don't. It was really weird because, like, I don't know what it was, but I always got, maybe it was like just the music in the background, but I kept getting the impression that Sharon was gonna be bad at some point.
Hmm.
Um, like when she was like calling, like when what I don't remember. I think it was episode 3 when like they called her because like they because, well, no, maybe it was episode 4. Something had happened and they called her because like they needed her to help. But like it was, I don't know, like when she just called someone on the phone, I didn't know who it was. I couldn't remember. I don't remember who. I don't even know if it was ever revealed who she was talking to. But she was talking to someone on the phone, and like I was like, what is she doing? Like it was very weird, and
Mm-hmm.
it. I also like. I just hope they don't like make her a straight out villain. I maybe like an anti-hero or something is fine, but I don't want her to become a villain because like that it would just come out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like because there've been like Winter Soldier, Civil War, um, like she
Mm-hmm.
helped Captain America, and she was a good person, you know, and she was
Yeah.
working for Shield. She like saved Cap's life in Winter Soldier, so I think
Yeah.
that'd be weird if she just turned out to be a villain right after Captain America's gone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That I don't know. And man, it's still I'm still like wondering is if anything about like Steve being with both Peggy and Sharon. You know, like
She's
it's
she's upset.
kind of weird.
Yeah, that's like when they dance. It's like, wow, Peggy, you kiss as good as your niece.
Yeah, yeah. It's because Sharon had to have known that her aunt was like Captain America's love interest. You know,
Oh, for sure.
like there's
Yeah.
yeah. It's yeah. I don't know. It's weird, but I guess time travel makes it not weird.
Yep.
That's
I
how
don't
it
know,
works.
but I guess it's yeah. I definitely thought that was strange. Like, well, because when the Russos when they did Civil War, they didn't know what was gonna happen in Endgame. Probably they didn't know that Cap was gonna do that in Endgame.
Mm.
But like, it's just still like a weird thing. And like they weren't ever like dating. They just kissed once and
Mm.
that was it. But I just I don't know what it is about that. It makes me laugh though.
Mm-hmm. Because Steve went back in Endgame in time, but he created an alternate timeline where I guess Sharon a pro- wouldn't be around.
Yeah,
Oh.
right. Sharon was around at
Yeah,
that
because if she would have been
point.
around, then that would have been extra weird. That
Mm-hmm.
oh my god, that would have been a lot worse. Kissing was great. Oof, that yeah. Well, he dodged a bullet.
He did.
Oh.
Sharon didn't though.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, and
I
then
know.
with
I'm hilarious.
the Falcon and Winter Soldier, Harley died,
Yeah.
which is okay. Like the whole Flag
Mm-hmm.
Smasher thing, it seemed kind of weird. Like I don't know, it like she kept like I was so confused. Like I know that she was confused, but like she was definitely a terrorist.
Yeah.
But I don't know. She was just it was like a weird teenager mindset kind of thing. I don't because it. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
I was
I feel
definitely
like
more focused on Zemo the whole time.
yeah, like I don't feel like like that clan or that group was like as big of a focus as it was like meant to be because
Yeah.
they're like portrayed as the main villains. They have the serum and everything, but like it was just I don't know. Like I feel like the story was more based on Zemo and a little bit of Sharon.
Mm.
Um. So yeah, I definitely didn't dislike that group like as the villain, but like I just feel like they were kind of not boring, but like just they weren't developed enough to where you like really cared about them. Like when Carly died, I didn't really care because her character wasn't super fleshed out.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh,
What did you think of Zemo in that show? Like, what? How did you?
I thought it was really cool and entertaining to watch. Um, I was definitely I wasn't actually expecting him to like turn on Bucky and Steve just because
You mean
I couldn't,
Sam?
I couldn't figure out a way where he would do that and like get an upper hand.
Well, he didn't really.
Yeah, but like if he did turn on them and get an upper hand, he has no allies to actually be able to do that with
Yeah.
because I don't know. But he was interesting. He was interesting, and
Yeah.
I'm excited to see where he goes next because he is in the raft right now with Abomination. Because
Wait,
I
what?
have to think about. I'm thinking Abomination is in there. He has to be
Is where?
in the raft
Oh,
with Zemo. I mean, where else can you contain the
you think?
Abomination?
I have no idea. He's probably dead.
Oh, I don't know if he's dead. Maybe we'll see him in She-Hulk.
That'd be cool. That'd be really cool, especially because like Marvel totally seems to forget that the Incredible Hulk movie exists. So
Yeah, I mean most people do, even
that's
though
true, and that is
it's
fair.
yeah. I didn't think it was a bad movie. It's just like when you watch
It's
it,
very
it
forgettable.
doesn't really feel like an MCU movie. I
It
don't know.
really doesn't. Yeah.
And I don't know. It was good though. And with She-Hulk,
Mm-hmm.
I wonder because we have to see Bruce in there,
Yeah.
cousins. So, and I wonder like what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. I don't know. Well, my thoughts on Zemo in that show were like I liked it, and I was like because this is just what happens. You know, they free a bad guy who is imprisoned or whatever the good guys do, so they can get information from him.
Hmm.
He helps them a little bit, and then he turns on them.
Hmm.
But like they were setting that up almost, and then he like kind of turned on them, but then it like really didn't do anything,
Hmm.
and then he got arrested and just wasn't even in the finale at all, which was I just thought it was weird because like he was like a main character until he like
Hmm.
got arrested.
Yeah.
So I just and I like Zemo a lot. He's one of my favorite Marvel villains. I think he's the most underrated one.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, I just thought that was kind of weird, but I like what was there. I liked a lot, and that Zemo dancing meme is the best thing
Yeah,
ever.
it is amazing. Pretty amazing.
Oh yes.
And I also want to know what is like US agent has a shield in the comics. So where's he
Hmm.
what like is he just going to get like a really strong metal shield or is he going to get like a vibranium shield or I don't know.
I don't know.
It's like
Yeah.
what if they like found cuz like where is Cap's original shield that was broken in Endgame?
I don't know. I don't know like what he did with that because he got the new one when he went back to the 40s. So I don't know what ever
Yeah.
happened to that one. Maybe he
I don't
just
know.
like threw it on the side of the road or something. Well,
Maybe.
no, he didn't have it when he was time traveling, like when he first left,
I know he had the briefcase in one hand with all the stones, and he had Mjolnir in
and
one
he had
hand.
Mjolnir. Yeah,
And yeah,
I'm not sure what he did then.
it has to be somewhere. Like it has to be.
Hmm.
It's just, but and that's also a thing that annoys me is that Sam has Steve's shield, but he doesn't have the shield that we know was
Well,
through all that went through all the MCU. You know.
yeah, it didn't go through everything. It's the same shield though. It's not like it's at a different point in time though.
And I think I like the original design of the shield better.
Which one?
Like the original from like I don't know Endgame, just like because like the new one, it has like all these like engravings in it, and like I don't know,
Oh yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah. What did
especially
you? I I just feel like Cap like will randomly have shields and he'll like get a sort of new one or he'll do something to it and they don't ever like explain why or like what happened to the other one. Like in Age of Ultron we had like the magnet thing, like they just never talked about that. He just had it, you know, and it was you just kind of
but that
it's
could have
like
been like
okay.
a that could have just been something Stark worked on, like because
Yeah, but like
he did because all the tech the Avengers used was his tech.
Yeah, right. But why did he not have that in Civil War? Like that seems like a pretty useful thing.
Mhm. Well,
I
maybe
don't know.
I don't know. Maybe
Anyway,
he might have just not wanted it. Like he might have just maybe just wanted it to be taken off.
yeah, maybe.
Even though it's
I mean, there might be
useful,
an explanation.
he didn't really need it. Like
Yeah.
like when he used it in Age of Ultron, all it did was like so he didn't have to bend over and pick it up.
Well, yeah, that's true. Cause like when he throws it, it always like he throws it in a way that it always bounces back to him anyway. So yeah.
And the Falcon and Winter Soldier when Bucky and Sam were both just throwing the shield and just like catching it, like when they caught they were holding it when the straps were like around their arm. So how do they get it so the straps go like right through his arm when they catch it?
I
Like
have no idea. Maybe that's part of Sam's training.
does
I don't know, but
does the
that seems like it's.
does the shield not like spin when they throw it, or does it just go like straight and it doesn't spin?
I don't know. Like you can't really tell.
Yeah, it's
Hmm.
weird.
We're
It's
like
weird.
getting into the physics of it. It's like what
Vibranium
angle does he have to
physics.
bounce it off to? Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like if there's no like actual explanation, it's vibranium, so like it may just have different rules. Like so.
And like when you look
That's
at
like that's like the
Sam,
way of it.
when you look at Sam throw the actual shield, he has to use his whole body to throw, like throw the shield just as hard as Steve like throwing it. But when like Steve could throw it and not use like any force, but and then Sam would like have to use his whole body to throw the shield just that hard. Like he can't throw the
Yeah.
shield as Steve could. He can't
Mhm.
slice a tank in half with the shield like Steve could, but you know
Yeah.
he doesn't really need to because now he has all that tech in that suit.
Mhm. Yeah, that suit is awesome. Looks very
Yeah,
cool.
it was pretty cool.
All right.
It was
Yeah.
pretty cool,
Well.
but I don't know. That was the Falcon
Yeah.
and the
I
Winter
mean.
Soldier.
Yeah. What would you give it out of 10? Like, or out of 100 or
Uh,
whatever? Like.
maybe an maybe an 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's probably what I'd give it to.
I think WandaVision is probably an 8.
Okay. I'd give WandaVision like a
Um,
9, probably.
oh no,
What were you?
just
Were you
pause
talking
it.
about Hawkeye? You cut out for a sec.
I was talking about Loki.
Oh,
I think
Loki.
Loki
Okay.
is gonna be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope it's good, because it's a very interesting concept.
Well,
Like in an alternate timeline, like I think it'll be cool.
yeah. Well, that's our take on the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And tell us what you think about it in the comments below. So
Yes.
yeah, and we're gonna be
All
taking a
right.
short break. See you after the commercials.
Thank you to our sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. Welcome back. We are back from the break. It is freaking time to
Talk
do
about
stuff.
guitars.
Yes,
Guitars.
because we both love guitars. We're gonna call it guitar the rest of this podcast to annoy you.
And
Um,
Zach, he doesn't have any guitars with him right now because
no.
they're broken. He had to take his guitar into the guitar shop and so they could
Yeah.
fix his guitars.
Yes, hopefully my guitars will get fixed soon. Anyway, yeah, so
What's
I
wrong
have
with
two
your
guitars. I have an
guitar?
acoustic and electric. Well, I have an acoustic and electric.
Yeah.
My acoustic one plugs in, so it's an acoustic electric, and the gain is like really weak on it, and I don't know why.
Oh.
Um, so like I can't record it. And
Uh,
my electric, this is new. This is a new guitar. I bought it like probably 2 weeks ago, and it is like I don't know, something's wrong with like the intonation because it's like my strings are in tune, like when I play strings open, they're in tune. Some chords sound fine, but others just sound like way off, and I don't know what it is.
mm-hmm.
And like my G string in particular will sometimes like drop a semitone just at, like in the span of like 5 seconds. It's very strange. So
It's weird.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's something wrong with the bridge or what, but yeah, that's what's happening with that. So I brought them both in today, and I don't know when they'll be fixed. Probably like sometime next week. So yeah, it's pretty sad. I don't have any guitar to play right now.
What are you gonna do with all your free time now?
I don't know. I'll probably buy another guitar. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah, you could do that.
I still have my cool amp. My amp is pretty cool,
I have my
but
amp
I have
too.
nothing to use it on.
Same.
What kind of amp do you have?
I have a Boss Katana 7-watt mini amp. It was like $100, and it's like shorter than a foot long and tall. It's like it's you could I could bring it on a plane. It's really small, but it's a good
Nice.
starter amp to kind of learn how amps work. And then once I, get better at working with amps and electric guitars, I can upgrade.
Nice.
Yep.
I have a Vox. I don't know the exact like model or whatever, but it's a Vox. It's pretty cool. It's got a lot of settings.
Hmm.
It was about like $280, so it was pretty
Oh,
pricey, but it's awesome. It has a lot of effects, and I like it. Do you have any pedals?
no, I don't.
I have a distortion pedal that
Oh,
this guy who plays guitar at my church gave me one, so I've been using that, and that's
this
pretty cool
isn't a
too.
piano.
Hmm?
This isn't a piano.
No, not a sustain pedal, you dummy.
Yeah. Well, I have
I do
every.
have a sustain pedal.
Wow, rich kid. But I
I
have
know.
I have everything for my electric guitar. I bought a new strap. I bought a cable. I bought an amp, and I just am missing the actual guitar.
Oh
And
my
I'll get it in
gosh.
like July.
Oh man,
Well,
that's it.
actually that's
Only
what
in July.
mid to late July is actually when it just that's when it comes back into stock. So I won't even get it then.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, but I'll get it next year maybe. But no, I'm excited.
That's pretty
I've
cool.
always liked hollow body guitars. Maybe I'll get a Strat next.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just more into like the country blues, like softer rock music.
Mm-hmm.
But
I've been
who
learning some
knows?
blues.
Maybe I could play metal on my hollow body.
I mean, you probably could. I'm sure
Yeah. Well,
there's a way to do that.
you can play any music on any guitar. It's just
That's true.
some will
Yeah, it's like
sound
some
better
just
on
work
some.
better. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Mine is just like your like standard electric guitar. Like it's stereotypical kind of, and
yeah,
I like that a lot. Um,
yeah. It looks like something
but yeah.
Greg Bell would play.
Well, I am Drake Bell, so
Wow. Well, I am Josh Peck and Nichols.
well, I am Walter.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, my guitar is. I mean, I learned. I only know one like actual solo. Because I just like I've been playing guitar for a little over a year, but that was mostly acoustic, like just chords and strumming and finger picking. So now I'm doing more lead. It's been pretty cool. I'm starting with blues, like because blues is like it's not very complicated. Like if you're doing like basic blues stuff, so I think it's been fun. You're back. I
Yeah.
was asking what songs you would like to learn, like or guitar
Oh,
solos you'd like to learn on your electric if you had it now.
songs. Hmm. Maybe some like Elvis or Beatles. I think
Mm-hmm.
like, hmm, or maybe some David Bowie or Bowie. I,
Bowie,
I was
Bowie, David Bowie.
David Bowie. Yeah, no, but
Is
like,
his middle name Water Bowie?
yeah, I don't know, just songs like that. Um,
Yeah.
I think, yeah, just yeah, you know, music.
Mm-hmm.
What about you with your generic guitar?
Well, I learned a lot of Beatles because Beatles is pretty like a lot of the Beatles stuff is pretty easy. So,
It,
um, like I've learned the guitar solo to Something by the
you
Beatles.
should
That's a
play
good
Hey
song.
Jude.
Hey Jude. Hey
Yep.
dude.
Hey Dude. A super
Hey
long
dude.
song of like barely different chords.
Yeah, I know that on piano and it's super easy. Hey
It's
Jude.
boring.
It's a good song, but like the piano's like very simple.
So, do you think playing it for like the 6, 7, or 8 minutes of the song will be boring, or is boring?
I hate that. That's like my issue with that song is they do the freaking na 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 na's for like
No, 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 no.
3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah,
I'm like, dude, cut it
yeah.
down.
Like that song, it doesn't need to be that long. Like, like songs like
No.
Bohemian Rhapsody, at least it's like they're
There's
using
a bunch of different stuff.
lyrics throughout the entire song. Or because like, yeah, songs like Hey Dude, Hey Jude, it's just yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it could be shrunken. Or like Cashmere from Led Zeppelin, if you know that. It's a bunch of the same thing for like 7 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get that. I get that. What is your dream guitar, Zach?
I don't really have one. I I really like the ones I have now.
Mhm.
I'm not like I'm not like super into like I obviously I like the way it looks, but that's definitely not a big deciding factor. Like obviously if it was hot pink, I wouldn't buy it,
Mhm.
but I don't there's not I don't really have like a huge color preference for
Mhm.
electric and for acoustic. I just as long as it like looks decent and it plays well, then I
Mhm.
don't really care what
Mhm.
make or model it is as long as it's a good guitar.
Yeah, that's fair. I
What about you?
I definitely care about cosmetics. Like if a guitar looks and sounds amazing, but it doesn't look that good, I won't buy it just because like people are gonna be looking at your guitar. You're gonna be looking at it. You don't
Mm-hmm.
want to not like how it looks. So
Yeah.
that's definitely a part of it. Like, cause like like I'm not too picky, but like with acoustics,
Picky, get it.
I like for them to look wood. Like look like I want to see the wood finish on them. Like that's what I
Yeah.
prefer. Like when it's just like a blue or orange like acoustic guitar, it's just kind of weird. But
Mm-hmm.
you know, like black acoustics can look good.
Yeah. This guy at my church plays one. It looks pretty cool.
Mm. I think I prefer like matte guitars just because like when you start getting like a shiny black guitar, it's just like a fingerprint magnet.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like,
Good.
um, I have a case on my laptop and it's black, and like if you touch it once, that fingerprint stays there forever.
Yeah, yeah. It, leather cases are definitely the way to go, or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. But yeah, like even when like the guard, like the finger guard on guitars, like even if those are like
Oh, the pick
black
guard.
pick guard, yeah, those will look
Yeah.
not good if because they're all fingerprint magnets. It's
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, I don't have a pick guard on my acoustic. I don't think I need one because I don't like dig into the strings that way really.
mhm,
And like honestly I think some guitars like they look a lot better with pick guards. I think it looks a lot cooler sometimes. But yeah,
mhm.
mine I don't think mine doesn't need a pick guard. I've had it for a year and I haven't had any issues with that, and also I don't think it would look super good on it. So does your acoustic have a pick guard?
It does, and it's glossy black.
Okay. Do you not like it? Do you not like the way it looks or?
It looks good, and it actually doesn't pick up fingerprints that much, which is pretty surprising.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know that. Yeah, yeah, you know, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, Yeah, just yeah.
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 But yeah, yeah. Dang, I hate that habit of mine. But yeah, you know.
But
But yeah, but yeah, you know.
just yeah.
Mango?
All right. Well, what flavor is this? Pineapple.
Yeah, but God.
Yeah. Yep. 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 Yep.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So Zach, is there any instruments you want to play? Like that you don't know?
That I that I haven't
General.
learned. I'd like to learn bass at some point, and I think it'd be pretty easy to learn considering I play guitar and I'm used to
Bass
like
guitar or like stand
finger
up
picking.
bass?
Oh no, not upright. Yeah, like electric stand. Not
Oh
stand
yeah.
up. Electric bass guitar.
It's so sad.
I mean,
But
upright
that's fair.
maybe, but like I just think like bass guitars look so much cooler. Like
Hmm.
I like the rock kind of feel, you
Yeah.
know.
Because like,
I also, go ahead.
oh, you go.
Okay. I also would like to learn drums, not like anything crazy, just
Yeah.
enough to carry a song with a beat, because
Okay, yeah.
that's kind of my
Like,
issue. Because with songs I write, I have to do like like on GarageBand, I have to do like an automated
oh
track,
yeah.
so
Mm.
it's and it doesn't always give me the feel that I want. So like, and I just have like, but luckily a really good friend of mine is a freaking drum master. Like he's really good, and he's really good at like you asking him to like, hey, can you give it like just a little bit more tom or something, and he just like plays it perfectly. So he's like also a human metronome. I don't understand
Mm.
how he does that, but
Yeah.
yeah, he
Mhm.
So I mean, I can always just ask him for a beat, but like it's just more convenient for me to learn it
Yeah.
myself. And I also have a drum set in my house. Um, so yeah.
Bruh. Yeah.
What about
I
you?
would definitely love to play. Just yeah. Well, something on my bucket list is to learn like uh as much like every instrument. Like I guess that's something on my bucket list is learn literally like learn how every instrument works, or at least
Mm-hmm.
like most instruments. Just so I can like pick up an instrument and be able to like play it. Like, because I think every instrument is so cool. Like,
Yeah.
I can't think of one instrument that I don't like. Like even like bagpipes, I think those are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So I could be like
Yeah.
Miss Briggs.
Yeah. Just
Yeah,
don't make sure none of your friends have a green screen.
it's true. But yeah, just like, but drums are definitely a big one. Just like
Mm-hmm.
writing music, you need some kind of percussion, and like
Mm-hmm.
piano is technically percussion, but it's like
Yeah, but
it's
it
not the
definitely
same.
can't drive a song in the same way. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean, the thing about learning, at least figuring out how instruments work, is if you learn guitar, you can kind of play like you can learn bass pretty easily after that. You can also learn, like mandolin because it's the same kind of
Hmm.
uh same sort of deal, different tuning, but it's like, strumming and playing
Yeah.
chords, and like learning a string instrument like like violin or cello, like it's not the same thing. It's the same sort of concept though. So I feel like if you learn one, then it'll be just a little bit easier to learn another like that.
Hmm.
Same thing with like like trumpet and trombone and tuba. Like it's like
Yeah.
sort of the same
Yeah.
ball
Yeah.
game.
Mm. But
So yeah, it can be like
it can also be
saxophone
like
stuff
it
like
can
that.
also be like it can also the most difficult thing is like like with the guitar strings, like each note, like you can memorize that, but like make like remembering like that the ukulele or that the violin are like both just a little different, or like that the bass guitar
Mm-hmm.
like just having to remember all of that, that's like the hard part.
Yeah. Yeah, like well with guitar and bass it's easy because guitar is E A D G B E,
Yeah.
and bass is just E A D G. So it's just
A
the not it's
chords.
just not counting the top two strings.
Yeah.
So like that's why learning bass is like you can kind of you can learn how to play bass fairly easily if you already know guitar. And
You
bass is
know,
already like a
if you know
not very
guitar,
hard
you kind
instrument to
of
pick
know
out.
bass already.
Yeah, especially if you know the notes well.
Mm, yeah. Just and I think learning like the timpani, I think that's like my number one drum I want to learn. Just I think those are like the
Yeah,
coolest drum.
I want to learn the cowbell.
Cowbell,
Yeah, or the triangle.
kettlebell,
Kettlebell.
the triangle for sure.
Yes, that's a classic.
Yeah, yeah. Or because like since and like piano, so you know bells and xylophones pretty much, like
Right, yeah, like you
marimbas.
can play an organ too, you know, like it's
Like
same
you could yeah, you could play an organ, but
different style of
an
playing,
or
but you know the notes and how to play chords and stuff.
organ is like a million pianos just pushed
Yeah,
together.
isn't it 3?
It's like three, four,
Isn't
five, and like you have to play the piano with your feet too.
Yeah.
That's insane. I don't think
Yeah.
I'd ever be good at the organ.
I don't think I would be either. Like I mean, I can do an organ sound on my keyboard and but
Same.
it's a different thing playing a real organ.
Yeah. But who knows? Maybe one day it'll be two organs.
Maybe.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Um. So yeah.
So yeah.
You know.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So yeah, you know.
Yeah. Well, guess that was our take on me.
What?
I was gonna say that's our take on guitars, but I thought of the song "Take on Me."
Oh, I was like, what are you saying?
That was funny.
You know what a good song by Aha is? That
What?
isn't Take on Me?
What?
The sun always shines on TV. That's a good song.
Oh yeah. You know the
Have you
beat
heard that song?
to "Staying Alive."
Another one bites the dust. Yep, 100 beats per minute. I know this.
Other
And you can do it
one.
using CPR.
First I was afraid.
I'm a
I
Queen
was
fan. I know this.
petrified.
First I was afraid. I was petrified.
You know, I don't know why I didn't get that right away when I first watched it because I love both of those songs.
Yeah, I got it right away, and my girlfriend did not. And I was like, because like "I Will Survive" is
You
like it
didn't
sounds so like staying
know
alive. And she's like,
you
oh,
didn't know "I Will Survive" the theme
well,
to
she
Shrek
knows the song.
2.
She just didn't get the joke.
Wow. Guys, if
Yeah.
you didn't know, Zach's girlfriend is fake, imaginary, not real.
Wow. Okay.
It's true.
Whatever
It's
you
true.
say.
Yeah, yeah. It is not real. Yeah, she doesn't know about this
You don't never
podcast. We
want to
can say
assume
whatever.
gender.
Yeah, it. You should just call her an it next time you see her. Hey, it.
Oh, I'm sure she'd love that.
Yeah, just tell her that's what Ellie says.
She won't understand that either.
Wow. She doesn't know who I
Well,
am.
I mean, she sees me on Discord, but I doubt she reads all your usernames.
Does she think we're pedophiles too?
No, she does not.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because Zach's mom thinks all of us online friends are pedophiles, even though I'm just a year older and under 18.
Not for long. You got like what? Your birthday's in October, right? You got like
That's October,
not that long.
and
You got like 6 months.
6 months before. I'm a ped- 6 months. Yep. Well, that is our podcast. I think we did get a little sidetracked at this very end. I hope
Well,
you
you know
enjoyed.
what? Whatever. We need to pad out watch time. You know what?
We're
This is
just
gonna be probably
kids.
be a shorter one. This was like probably this might even be less than an hour. But you know what? That's okay because
Because
who
next
cares?
one will be 12 hours, so you'll get it back.
Yeah, exactly. We'll have a 12-hour podcast. We'll just talk nonstop for 12 hours.
Yep. We'll just have we'll have
I wonder
12 guests, one for each hour.
one for each hour. Yeah. I wonder how many people like don't understand our sarcasm. Sometimes they're like, "Whoa, a 12-hour podcast? How can you do that?"
Yeah, we're doing it on Mixer, so
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Mixer is still a thing.
or Google Plus.
Google Plus. That's yeah, or Google Video,
Man, I miss Google
which is
Plus.
very
That
old.
was a good. Well, it wasn't actually
It
that good,
really,
but I
it
remember
really
it.
wasn't.
I had like
I remember it, but I don't remember it being
I
good.
think I had like 27 followers, and I posted like one
Whoa.
thing. It was like a Minecraft Pocket Edition, like It was. I think it was actually like a victory royale from like Hunger Games, and like
Did you
yeah,
really just call it a victory royale?
yeah,
How dare you?
because Fortnite is the original, is it not?
Bruh. Okay,
Well,
well,
what?
on that note,
We don't
we're
have any more
gonna
subscribers.
shut up. We're gonna we're gonna end it there.
We're gonna end it
Like and
before we keep
subscribe
talking. Yep. Like and
before we
subscribe.
talk good about Fortnite because we never want to do that. So yes, like and subscribe, share with all of your friends and family and friggin' dogs and cats and all that
Make
good
sure to
stuff.
follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, TikTok,
Google Maps, Pinterest,
Tinder, MySpace.
MySpace. Uh,
Yeah,
we're so in sync today, aren't we?
dude,
What did
it's
we say earlier that in unison? I forget.
I don't know,
I don't remember.
but it's because me and Zach, we always finish each other's.
Sandwiches.
Yeah. Okay. Well, see you guys later. Bye.
We will catch you all on the flippity flip.